Hello and welcome everybody to Blue Garden Cottage. It's lovely to have you along with us. I'm Cindy. Right, this week, as you know, would be a homemaking week video, even though every week I do bits of everything to do with the homestead, whether it be gardening, homemaking, preserving, storing, all sorts of things, writing, crafting. Everything happens every week, but every week is a different topic that I focus on, and this week was homemaking. And I'm sure you're wondering what on earth I've got here on the table. Well, part of homemaking this week was starting to clear out a whole bunch of stuff that I had stored and waiting to be done over the many years that I've not had chance to do, that I've not had time to do, and I decided this week to start tackling it. I started with 2 boxes that I had put away and stored to sort out later, the paperwork and stationery and all sorts of bits and bobs. And I came to a realization is that my life that I carry around with me, half the clutter, is a testament of a whole bunch of unfinished tasks. This rabbit is one example. It was my daughter's. A foot broke off, an ear broke off. I've lost a bit of the ear that I was going to put back on, but I found the foot, so that'll be fixed. And I've got some paper clay. I'll make another ear for it and stick that back on and paint it to blend in to repair it, because it's just such a lovely little thing. It's just a little beanie kind of critter with some polymer clay hands, feet and head. But it's something I love, and it was my daughter's, and it's really pretty, and I thought I would fix it up and give it to her again. And if she doesn't want it, I'll keep it because I love it. And he'll be fixed up. But I have loads of little things that I had kept in order to fix and deal with later that I never did. And this year I've started already to, because I have the Kanban board, because I've organized everything way better than I ever have before, we already are way ahead on our to-do list and our tasks for the homestead for this year already. It's not the end of January and we've already completed 3 of the jobs, the projects that I had planned for this year. So this is how this year is going, completing jobs that I start and figuring them out. And while we were doing all the clearing out, we found something else as well. I don't know if you recognize what this is. Let me see if I can get you a paler background to see it. You see that? It's very, very old. My husband found it. I can't remember where he found it. I believe it's pruning shears. I'm not sure. It is metal. This little tip has broken off here, but it still works fine, and my husband sharpened it for me. It's now very, very, very sharp. He sharpened that for me last night when I found this, and it's another thing he found that we were going to deal with and never did. So now I have a lovely, very old-fashioned antique pair of what is now pruners, if it wasn't before, for tiny little things. So I am going to be using that from now on. Something quite old. I'd love to know if you know what this is. Let me know if you know anything about these stuff. There's no markings on it, nothing to say what it was or who made it or anything like that. But it's just something quirky, something antique that I love, and I'm going to use it. Why chuck it away? It might be old, but it's metal, proper metal. So I'll clean that off with a bit of oil, mineral oil, and it'll be a nice usable thing. You know, waste not, want not. And then there were these that I found as well. Beautiful cards. Some cards, when something really appeals to me and I want to keep it for putting in my garden diary or my journal as a beautiful picture, or even to frame it and hang it in the house, because it's something that I love. It's something that really speaks to me. And I just adored this picture. it's like that placemat. Do you remember the placemat? I'll put a link in the top right corner. I'll put a link in there to the video when I spoke about one of the inspirations for Blue Garden Cottage. One of the inspirations for our love of homesteading, or rather nature and farming kind of things. I'll put a link to that. But these are the kinds of images as well that also speak to me, and it's not so much the smallholding farming homesteading thing, but a cottage garden, because I adore cottage gardens. But the theme, do you know, like the blue theme I've discussed before with you about the blue? Well, there's another theme. Can you tell what it is? It's roses. So there are themes in my life that are constant because there's this deep love of them, and roses is one of them. I discussed the roses in the book, actually, and yeah, roses is a big thing in my life. I love roses. I have 7 roses in the garden already, and I'm not done. There are a few more I want, especially with that new pergola gone up in the garden. I'm going to I'll put up that video as soon as I can, because I think I'm not going to get much chance before February to put up another garden video. But roses are a thing for me as well. So it's blue, it's roses, and oh my goodness, unfinished jobs. But not this year. This is the year that there is change, and there are many things started and completed, and I'm slowly going through all the things that I've put aside and stored and has become a hoarding almost, that need to be dealt with because I want it gone. It is driving me insane. So clearing out is another part of this year's changes. They will be dealt with, sorted, done and dusted, and a big weight off my shoulders. I love clearing out, but I hate not having much time to do it. Everything is such a big push this year because we need to get things done. It has to be. This is a very big year for us in completing these things. So there you go. Discoveries when clearing out, and it's amazing what you find, and it's amazing what it connects you with, and memories and things. So yeah, clearing out is one of the, I think it's a good thing for mental health, actually, to tackle some of these things and get rid of it. Move on. Make a new start as part of what we're doing. And it's still the beginning of the year, so we're still in these new phases. So I'm enjoying clearing out. I'm enjoying ticking off jobs on the to-do list. The Kanban board has been really, really, really helpful. For me, obviously, as I've said, it's a tangible Kanban board, whereas other people might use digital ones. For me, you can keep that. It's like an archaeological find, I swear it. But yeah, we start as we mean to go on. And that is getting things done, making things happen, making life better, fulfilling the dream, realizing that self-reliance goal. It's all happening, and it's up to me to make it happen. Start as you mean to go on, get that momentum going, and keep going. I'll catch up with you on what we're doing then. Next week is, what's next week? Self-reliance, something to do with self-reliance. I can't remember. What was it? I better go check the Kanban board. Oh yes, I remember now. I love that Kanban board. Next week is about financial discipline and budgeting. Yeah, oh, and this week, the self-reliance thing I've been doing this week, well, actually not this week, since almost the middle of December. One of the things that I started and didn't finish just because of time restraints, energy restraints, chaos ruled until this year, but no longer. Looking after, and self-reliance is looking after my physical health and mental health in a way, because physical and mental health are just so deeply connected. I had started up again doing some of the yoga, but nothing fancy, just very short 10-minute not even 10 minutes of the 5 Tibetan rites and some other yoga that I feel I need for myself, just to remind myself, because I can't do very heavy physical exercise anymore, and this is good enough for me. But it's a discipline thing. I'm putting my own health on the agenda. I am looking after myself so that I can enjoy and complete all these things I want to do, and that it would set me up mentally to be able to cope with the day. So I've been continuing with that. I've missed 1 or 2 days, but I've not beaten myself up about it, because it's something I need to do and enjoy and not make it a chore. And I've been more diligent and happy to be diligent in doing that. It only takes me 5 minutes a day. I can spare 5 minutes a day for my physical health until it becomes a bit easier and I can put in more, until I'm doing enough for me to feel that I am getting fitter and healthier. So yeah, that was this week's self-reliance focus. Next week in the garden, I don't think we're going to get anything done in the garden next week because it's a wet week all week. Ooh, exciting stuff this week. Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. The wood burner is installed. All the flue lining and all the essential things to make it safe and certifiable. It will be all done tomorrow. That is so exciting. The wood burner's going in. Woohoo! Don't forget to like, subscribe and share if you like. I invite you to do so. Do comment. It's lovely to hear from folks. How was your beginning of the year going? What have you been getting up to? Have you been feeling any achievements? Are you stuck with anything? Wow, we're on fire this month. Brilliant. Good way to keep going. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, so there will, oh yes, there is something for the garden next week. I'm clearing out the potting shed and sorting my stores of seeds. So yes, there is something, because it can go on next week even if it's raining, because I'm under the shelter of the potting shed and indoor sorting out seeds. So yes, more garden stuff happening next week. Craft stuff using up the paper clay. Homemaking stuff continuing with the usual houseworks, food storage stuff, cooking, baking, all the usual stuff indoors, as well as more clearing out. Oh gosh, that's a big list, but look at what we've already achieved. I can do it. Yeah, and then there's the self-reliance bit on budgeting, because that's something I do every other week anyway. So yeah, budgeting and financial discipline, because we started saving as well, even if it just helps to save ahead. Yeah, I'll talk about that next week anyway. But yeah, that's a whole lot of stuff planned for next week, and I'll share with you what we're doing then. That's why I am going to have to post yet another video. Now, did that the next one, the next garden video. You can see everything we've been doing in the next one. I'm sorry, this has turned into a bit of a natter, hasn't it? In the editing, I'll try and put it all in order so it's not so disjointed. All right, folks. I shall speak to you again next week. So there you go. Whatever you're doing this week, whether you're clearing out, gardening, whatever, I hope you find joy in it. I hope you find release, and I hope that it makes every day feel a little bit better. Here's to a great start to a new year. It still is. It's still January. We've only just hit the middle of January. It feels like it's been a month already just because we've been so busy. Have a good one. It's lovely to have you with us. And I shall speak to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.